everybody. Welcome to our game. NBA Cup action coming your way shortly. Alongside Richard Jefferson, Greg Anthony, and our reporter David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. And we got another seat right here. In the NBA, no better insider than Shams Charania. Hey, Shams, great to have you with us.
Thanks a lot, Kevin. It's great to be here. I'm honored. I'm privileged.
Look at Richard Jefferson. He's like a kid in a candy store. He cannot wait to talk to you.
Yes, we love RJ.
Well, a chance to check out some stats for him.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage. And it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
And the starting lineup for the Pelicans. The wingman, McCollum, along with Ingram. Then there's Murray. Then there's Trey Murphy. And it's Messi in at the 5 spot. And for Memphis, filling in the perimeter slots, it's Smart and Bain. Jackson is out there with Clark. And it's Morant in at the 1. And some question marks for Zion Williamson, the Pelicans moving forward, Shams. What is your sense of how attached to Zion the Pelicans are right now?
The Pelicans learned last year that you can build around Zion Williamson. The struggle, though, is to keep him healthy. I'm told that the Pelicans are really happy about the way Zion Williamson showed last year that he can be on the court. And the Pelicans, I'm told, really believe in Zion Williamson. But there's really no way to find equal talent if they were to ever look to trade him. So the Pelicans have to wait it out and see how they can continue to compete in the West with Zion Williamson.
Quickly, do you think they have enough around him? Do you like the parts around Williams?
I do. The biggest thing in New Orleans, though, is staying healthy. If we see a healthy group, a healthy Zion Williamson for the entire run of the playoffs, that's what everyone, not only in New Orleans, but the basketball world wants to see.
Here's Clark, following the score by New Orleans. It's tipped. We're about 1 minute into the first. McCollum against Smart. McCollum, no good.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Off the catch, Bain has that repeatable shot motion. It's just so consistent.
And Shams, I've always wondered, watching you, reading you, when did you first fall in love with the NBA? And when did you decide to cover it?
Really, when I was around 10, 11 years old, I grew up in Chicago right as the Bulls dynasty was starting. I wasn't quite old enough, but I was old enough to see some of those scrappy Bulls teams in the mid-2000s. And basketball was always a part of the national discourse, but also part of my life playing it, and then now being someone that's able to inform the audience and the public.
You know what? I'm looking up and down this table. I think we all feel the exact same way. The Pelicans have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. And again, New Orleans has no luck.
And usually that's a bucket for him, but look, nobody's perfect in the mid-range.
It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Here's Ingram. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Ingram's got his second bucket tonight. Hey, Shams, we know you've reported on so many big trades that did happen. Were there ever a few that were close to happening but may have fallen apart at the 11th hour?
I always wait until things are 100% confirmed, but listen, there's always a trade or two that's viewed as done but just does not happen, whether it sours, whether something falls apart. There's always one deal or two that falls apart at the trade deadline or in the offseason. But I try to wait as best I can and make sure that when I report, it is confirmed.
Outstanding. Robinson Earls checked in for New Orleans. And the league continuing, Shams, to tweak the rules around replay review. But would you set a time limit to maybe tweak it a little bit?
Have to, right? Especially some of these games and the way they're ending. It's something to try. If you can't find a cause to really overturn in a minute or two, let's keep this game moving. I think we all love a free-flowing game.
I agree. It's his first trip to the line.
And last season, he was successful 81% of the time when he went to the line, so he didn't waste a lot of opportunities.
And the first one at the line is good.
And we talk a lot about Morant's athleticism and skill, but what stands out for me is his effort and intensity that he plays with.
The Pelicans making a switch here. Boston's checked in. Both free throws good from Morant. Hey, Shams, I know you're connected throughout the NBA into a lot of front offices, but have you ever thought about maybe shifting gears a little bit and working for a team?
There is always intrigue into something like that, Kevin, but I've seen how tough the environment can be, and honestly, it is really much more fun to be talking to you on this side of the media world and the media equation of the NBA. But listen, there's always intrigue with the front office.
And a lot of opportunities. I know you're looked at, but thank you for your honesty in that one. And the Pelicans with possession here. After the missed three from Desmond Bane. And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Brandon Ingram has become a foundational player. CJ McCollum says he wants to be great. To be great, you have to be able to create. When you're selfless and you're willing to do whatever it takes to win, it becomes contagious. McCollum praised BI's feel, IQ, and commitment to the game. Kevin?
Not as committed as you are, David. Hey, thank you so much for that. Morant against McCollum. Inside. It's picked off. And now the Grizzlies. Fast break. And then Morant grabs it in.
Oh, wow. Okay, job turning it loose. Someone throw that man some water.
On our AT&T 5G Slam Cam, you just saw an explosive highlight. First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. They set the pick. Lets it go from deep. And it's Ingram missing.
Okay, let's just say it. This has been an ugly quarter for him. Not quite a break a mirror ugly, but it's getting there.
And that one's good, Morant.
If Morant knocks those down consistently, you got zero chance on defense.
And here's Ingram from the arc. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. One quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Grizzlies lead by 3. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. What stands out to you from the Grizzlies in this one?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
It leads to some easy buckets, and I think it's given them control of the pace in this one.
Shams, with as often as you've interacted with front offices all over the NBA, have you noticed any changes with how franchises operate with both the players and the media and that relationship and where it may be headed?
Everything has to be more specialized now in the organizations, but you're seeing true partnerships develop with teams and their players, especially their top players. The teams have to pay more attention now to data, to metrics than ever before. And the relationship between your top players in the organization, that is very, very important. And the teams that do a good job of managing relationships, of managing expectations, that is clearly what separates the elite teams with the bottom teams. And certainly players in today's generation are very, very polished when it comes to the media.
Oh, you framed that so well. Setting the floor now for the Pelicans. We've got Murray. Green is out there with Daniel Tice. And it's Boston in at the shooting guard.
Boy, have they gotten hot here in the second quarter. No wonder they're in front.
And in last year's playoff, Shams, we did see a lot of players injured and unable to play. What are some of the solutions that may be being talked about that you hear about?
People certainly ask if this is a result of the 65-game rule. Is it the more physical play? Is it the consequences of the regular season? The league is going to take a wait-and-see approach to determine if this is an issue they have to fix. But they do love the results of what this has brought as far as player availability moving forward.
Yeah, they do seem sold on that 65 number, don't they?
100%. And at the end of the day, some of these injuries are flukish. There's a lot of, obviously, lower body injuries, and you can't measure that. I think the league is going to want to see more data over the next 5 to 10 years to really determine, does this rule impact the game and impact injuries?
And it's Clark with the jam.
Every team in the league, all 30, would love to have a player like Marcus Smart. He's always looking to set up his teammates and play lockdown defense.
We have all these great foreign players. Maybe 3 of the top 5 players in the NBA are all foreign players, right? And so much was made of Anthony Edwards. Here's a 22-year-old American player who has maybe the charisma, the game, the everything you could package. It could be our next great player. Is there ever talk around the league about why are European players being so dominant? Where are the great young American players to compete against this great influx of international players?
The grassroots programs, you have to look at what happens abroad and in the States. You have to give a lot of credit to the way that they develop players over in Europe. In any of those regions, they do a great job, and those players are hungry, they're driven, they're passionate. They're trying to get here to the States and play basketball at the highest level in the NBA. And you see at the amateur level, there can be a lot of fluidity, there can be a lot of influx, and players are given so much so soon in America. So to be able to have that chip on your shoulder, to have the passion, and to exude the confidence that Anthony Edwards has, the younger generation of players definitely have someone Anthony Edwards to look up to.
And how about the vertical McCollum has? He may have even surprised himself there.
Morant against Murray. Now here's Morant. Defense right on him. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5-for-8 night shooting. And Shams, what an absolute delight it has been having you courtside with all of us tonight. Thank you so much for taking time to join us. It has been a true pleasure.
Thanks so much for the invite. I can't wait to do it again sometime. I'm honored. I'm privileged.
Oh, we are going to hold you to that. Thank you again. Oh, wasn't that wonderful? Easy to see why Shams has so many sources around the game. He's so easy to talk to.
Yeah, it's all about relationships at the end of the day. When the conversations come easily, that suits his purpose as a reporter.
We've got a timeout called by Taylor Jenkins. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. Some changes for Memphis. Jaren Jackson, he's checked in for Santi Aldama. Bain comes in for Wells. And Pippen subbed in for John Morant. Ingram, he's checked in for New Orleans. And he recovers it. Pippen against McCollum. Tice sets a screen for McCollum. That's good, and he's now 3 for 4 from the field.
He was inside his own head in that first quarter. You could see it. Now he's doing a much better job of letting the game come to him.
To the paint, here's Jackson, and the dunk by Jackson.
The more time Jackson spins at the rim, the better. His length is a deciding factor in this game.
17 seconds left now here in the second. Here's Ingram, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's going to be on Desmond Bain. Pelicans shooting their second and third shots at the line right here.
Taking 2 shots.
The first one falls.
An all-star in this league. I think Ingram still flies a bit under the radar, but Brandon can be a #1 option, no doubt.
Old free throws, good for Ingram.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
Bain with it. Jackson a screen on Ingram. Payne for three. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Pelicans on top as they end the second quarter on a 14-6 run. Live from the FedEx Forum, you're watching 2K Sports.
Please direct your attention to Center Court. And get ready for the fans at courtside rumble. They're thinking about the shot. One more time around the ball for our contestants.
Hello, everybody. We all like close games, and tonight's matchup with the New Orleans Pelicans does not disappoint.
Playing well on the road can be very difficult. They're doing a good job despite the challenges.
Away from home, they aren't letting the crowd get into their heads. In fact, they've looked comfortable at times. Okay, guys, now let's see what the fans are buzzing about over on social media. Oakland Zoe wants to know, what's your favorite snack?
I can guarantee you on this one, Shaq does not do snacks. He does meals.
Well, I must correct you, my good friend Kenneth. I do shack-size snacks. I live by my own rules.
Why wouldn't you correct me? You always call me Kenneth. But those are Shaq-size snacks. They're a giant 5-course meal for most normal people.
That's what you say.
And that is it for halftime, folks. It is back to Kevin Harlan and the crew for the second half.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Guys, Ja Morant has been sensational.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
And you love that mindset he has going at the rim. He hasn't settled for anything, and he's been the aggressor all game long.
Well, we've seen this a few times, Richard. Players getting booed at home. And that's got to be painful for a player.
You get taken back a little bit. For some players, it's deserved, but it's always a surprise. But you have to be self-aware. Did you deserve to get booed? In most cases, it's true.
In the backcourt, it's Morant and Smart. The forwards for him, Payne and Jackson. And it's Clark in its center. And that's the group for Taylor Jenkins as we begin the second half. And so Morant will bring it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. The lead is 2. Next up will be a home game matched up against the Pacers. That will complete this 4-game homestand.
And if you're wondering what makes Ja so special, it's his ability to take over games all by himself.
Now here's McCollum. 7 points in the game. Ingram outside. Murray outside. 6 on the shot clock. This one for 3. Messi.
Now look, he is a solid distributor. Murray is gifted at finding his teammates pretty much in any spot on the floor.
You know, Greg, it's been great to see the Pelicans get to the next level these past few seasons, hasn't it?
It has, and they've become one of the deeper teams in the NBA over that time. It's not just about one guy. There's talent up and down that roster.
Now here's Ingram. He's got 6. Murray kicks to Ingram. Pass to Messi. McCollum deciding where to go with it. Nice fake there to create the shot, but it's no good. Memphis leading. Morant outside. On the wing, Jackson. Buries it from 3-point range. Jackson's got 10.
What separates Jaren from other bigs is he's got great confidence in his shot.
And timeout called by Willie Green. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with this team. Santi Aldama's checked in for Jackson. And let's now take a look at the NBA Cup standing as the group stage winds down.
And it gives us a pretty good idea of who we're going to see in the knockout phase. It's been a terrific competition so far, and I think it's only going to get better when we get into that single elimination scenario.
2 minutes into the second half of play now. Murray finds Ingram. Beyond the arc. Drills it from outside. He's got 9.
A solid shooter from outside the arc. Ingram is fantastic at realizing when he should take those shots.
Now here's Smart. No scoring in this one. And another turnover here by Memphis. When it comes to the league's most physical defenders, Richard, look no further than Marcus Smart.
Yeah, he's someone that has no problem sacrificing his body. Whether that's taking charges or diving after loose balls, he is relentless.
Robinson Earls checked in for Trey Murphy. Here's Murray. He's been producing a fair amount of offense night in and night out as he's averaging 14 points a game. Here's Messi, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Greg, no one questions the Grizzlies' talent. The challenge has always been availability.
Yeah, whether it's been injuries or suspensions, it's hard to get into a rhythm when you're missing key players. But when they're all on the floor, Kevin, they can beat anyone.
And it's tied up with that one. Well, the Pelicans have lost in the first round GA of the playoffs in 2 of the last 3 years.
And with how good the West is right now, they knew they couldn't stand pat. They felt the urgency to make some changes this offseason in order to take the next step. Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
And the basket by McCollum.
And his ability to efficiently score, that's really helped him out in this one, putting them ahead on the scoreboard.
Pass to Aldama. Outside, Smart. Here's Clark. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Tough task trying to corral Clark there, especially when he's looking to score.
The Grizzlies have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line. And that one falls for Clark. Wells, he's checked in for the Grizzlies. Pippen comes in for Morant, and he makes both free throws. They can go 2 for 1.
It's about being smart right now.
Murray against Pippen. On the wing, Murray. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Tice, no good. And so it's Pippen with it. He brings it up for the Grizzlies. Here's Bain. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Bain's got 5 points so far.
This is the defense Bain attracts, and he's superb at fending them off.
For 3, Ingram. The 3 won't fall. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. It's the Grizzlies up by 2. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the 4th quarter. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this way?
We talk a lot about playing for one another. Right there with the pass, he's demonstrated what it means to do exactly this.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. On the court for the Pelicans, getting the 4th quarter going. We've got Daniel Tice. Trey Murphy is out there with McCollum, and it's Robinson Earl in at the 4. A steal. And now the Grizzlies, fast break. Pass to Wells. Here's Boston. Down low. Over to the wing. Here's Robinson Earl. Offline with his three.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Well, and he finishes nicely on the layup. And the Grizzlies lead by 4.
And how about the grit and determination in the post? I mean, essential qualities to have late in a close game.
Here's Boston. No good with the triple. Memphis has gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Here's Morant. And then Morant slams it in.
This is what teams try to do with Morant. Get physical, make it difficult, but he just continues to figure it out.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Guys, here's what Willie Green was doing in reviewing the plan with his team. He told his players, I need you to play smarter out there. You're in a rush right now, and that's why we're behind. Slow things down, run our plays. Let's see if that tempo shifts at all. Back to you guys.
Thanks so much, David.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Now Ingram. A 3-ball. Bangs home the trifecta.
Cutting into that deficit now, well within striking distance.
A stop or two in the next minute or so, and they could even this game up. Great job to keep battling.
Now here's Smart, and a wide open look for Payne. Good, and Smart gets the assist. Smart's got 5 assists tonight.
Really the best result they could have hoped for on that possession. They get back all 3 points they just gave up and are close to putting this thing out of reach.
Here's Messi. McCollum outside. Pass to Murray. From deep three-point territory. Pelicans keep it alive. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Second personal foul. First team foul. At the line for the Pelicans, Messi taking 2 shots.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. He's able to hit the second one, and that narrows the gap to 7.
I couldn't hit them all, and they need every point they can get.
Outside Jackson. Smart finds Payne. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Pass to Murray. McCollum outside. 6 to shoot. A 3. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. There's 48 seconds left to play in the final quarter. To the inside. Payne, no good. And it's the Pelicans' ball. They trail by 7. Here's Ingram. It's in! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
A score in any situation. The high stakes just motivate Ingram.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
And so Morant will bring it up for the Grizzlies. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points.
At the line for Memphis. 2 shots.
Shoot 2.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall. And the second of 2 is good. That increases their lead to 6. No room for them to make a mistake here.
You got to almost play perfect from here on out.
And timeout called by Willie Green. And clearly an important juncture. He's going to have some choice words with his team.
Let's hear it for you.
29 seconds left in the game. Here's the 3. And they recover it. Good. And now they trail by just 4.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
They foul intentionally. That's what they have to do at this point.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let them dribble the game out.
At the line for your Grizzlies, Josh Morris. Taking 2 shots.
First free throw is good, and that puts them up by 5. And so he drops them both. It's a 6-point ball game.
And as long as they can keep doing that kind of work at the foul line, this lead will be safe.
Murray from deep 3-point territory. The Grizzlies pull it in.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Even though he is capable of hitting that shot, I'd like to see him work for a better look in that situation.
And the first of 2, no good. Heartbreaker. And he does get the second one. And that makes it a 7-point lead. Nailed from 3-point land. So a close game sees Memphis take this one. And this is their first win of the group stage after losing their first 2 games.
And as it stands, it's going to be difficult for them to make it into the next round of the NBA Cup, but at least this still counts for a regular season win.
And now let's go over to David Aldridge from the sideline for an interview with our player of the game. Hey, David.
Thanks very much, Ja. A lot of swag on this team tonight. Who's responsible for that confidence?
I feel like we all talk to each other, even the coaching staff. Coach let us play with a lot of freedom. Everybody have the green light, so I mean, there's no reason to lack confidence when you have a coach who believes in you every step of the way and just let you go out there and play your game. So we always just preach, keep shooting, make or miss, and we behind you. So
you all look like a confident bunch, man. Congrats on the win. Back to you.
Thank you, David.